Hello, YouTube family. It is Ashley Oswald, and today we're going to talk about micronutrients, so vitamins and minerals and amino acids. And you've maybe heard me say before how you can actually test for these things to see where your levels are, what you might need higher supplementation for to replace your stores, and how, it takes the guessing out of it. So I want to share with you a sample report of a lab that we work with at Oswald Digestive Clinic and how you can get access to this valuable information for your own health. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So as you can see here, this is a company called SpectraCell Laboratories, and they're testing micronutrient levels in the white blood cells. And I want to show you what is available, and I think this is a lab test that everyone should have done, and I really wish it were just a standard part of primary preventative care because it is so important. So as you can see here on the sample report, these are some sample results, and you can see up at the top is this chromium that showed up abnormal. It gave us supplementation for repletion, and the thing about chromium is that if somebody has diabetes or pre-diabetes or blood sugar fluctuations, if their chromium is low, it's going to be hard to get that normalized with just an eating plan or diet alone. We really need to get that chromium replaced so that it's going to help support and help this individual get to normal blood sugar levels. So their glucose insulin connection there, you can see it's elevated, and it could be because of that low chromium. Now you can also see some B vitamins, some of their borderline deficiencies. You might have seen this glutamine amino acid, which is important for helping with gut health. It is a main fuel of the cells of the gut lining. So with our population, being a functional nutrition digestive health clinic, if somebody is low on glutamine, that could be an easy intervention to get that replaced and help them heal their gut. So if we scroll down here, this first page is simply the ones that are functional deficiencies and borderline deficiencies. And basically these functional deficiencies likely going to use some supplementation to get those replaced as quickly as possible. Borderline, it really depends on the person if we're going to add some supplementation or try to use food-based replacement. And so here you can see everything that was tested. So you can see some of these vitamins were tested, but they're normal, so they don't show up on that first page, which is a really great thing. These amino acids, a good amount are normal for this individual. Some other vitamins and minerals, zinc and copper, that's so key. You maybe see people putting themselves on zinc in this to help support their immune system with COVID and to help with gut health. Something to note is that zinc and copper work together. So if somebody's on zinc and they're not getting some copper, they could be causing themselves to have a copper deficiency. And you can see that in a more mild way has happened here. And so with this lab results, we see, okay, wow, we can get this person on some copper, make sure when they're taking zinc, they're taking enough copper so that they can balance each other, and hopefully they won't have that issue because a copper deficiency can cause inflammation in the body too. Magnesium, about 70% of people are low in magnesium, and this again is testing these white blood cells, not just the general blood level. And so getting that up people might notice often it improves their anxiety if they're struggling with any anxiety. A lot of people struggling this year with that, and it can really be notable for improving sleep as well, which we all know sleep is so foundational. If a client's coming into our clinic and they're not sleeping well, that is a priority. Got to get sleep better, and then we can start working on those other gut issues. It's so important, as many of you might know already. And so we can scroll down, you can see we're testing some antioxidant levels, which again, really important this time of the year. You can check that vitamin C. And then this is the same results, just shown in a different way. And then they just discuss a bit about how they run the lab. You can see, if you remember this from, I don't know, high school biology, if you got introduced to this maybe in your college, this Krebs cycle, the energy production cycle, kind of in layman's terms, showing how the fats, carbs, proteins get converted into acetyl-CoA, spin round and round the citric acid cycle, creating ATP, that cellular energy. And so if somebody is low in some of these nutrients, for example, this CAR is carnitine, helping to convert fats to acetyl-CoA, that's going to cause some downstream issues, and people are going to notice lower energy. And so you can probably see now how getting these micronutrients replaced can really help to improve somebody's energy. And it's all about testing, not guessing when it comes to these things. You might have heard me say you can enter your foods into Chronometer and maybe get an idea as to how many of vitamins and minerals and different nutrients that you're getting and you're eating week to week. But reality is, if you have a functional deficiency from maybe years prior for one thing or another, sometimes going through life situations, our body uses up more of a certain nutrient, like that's true for magnesium. If you're going through stress, your body might be using up more magnesium, putting you at risk for a deficiency. So you could be eating enough in your eating plan, which shows up on Chronometer, but you still might have a functional deficiency in magnesium, and you might need higher doses to replace that. And then you should notice a benefit. And of course, our why we do what we do at Oswald Digestive Clinic is just to help people feel better and, improve and eliminate these bothersome gut issues so you and your loved ones in our communities can just rise up and thrive. So this is the methylation cycle. We won't get into it. You might find it interesting. And then there's a bit about the different supplemental information depending upon what shows up low. So we talked about that. Chromium, I like that they add some food sources here. Once we replace, we're going to want to make sure an individual is getting enough of these nutrients in their eating so that they don't end up getting another functional deficiency down the road. So I hope seeing this information was interesting and helpful for you. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get notified of new videos. That really helps our channel, helps us move up in the algorithm so more people can find our content and information. So I thank you so much for subscribing, for hitting that bell, for helping to support our clinic so that we can help more people and again elevate our communities and the health of the people around us. And just a quick invite before you go, I want to introduce you to our why and our website. We are a virtual clinic helping people to find peace from their gut struggles. And if you are struggling or if you know anybody struggling, I want to invite you to hop over to our website. If they or you are ready to start your journey, you can click here and sign up for a free 30-minute meet and greet call with us. And if you're not quite ready, we have other freebies over here, information about our Heal Your Gut course, a fun what type of gut do you have quiz, and links to our other social media channels. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk more soon.